everybody. Thank you for joining me once again. My name is Carlos. Today we're going to be going over this final session of the week, leg session, and going over the progressions and the gains that we've been making. So before we do, please hit that subscribe button, post notifications, leave a comment, and all that stuff. So, doing the progressions, keeping the logbook, staying on point, increasing the reps, increasing the weight on every single leg session. It's the only thing that I've really been progressing on steadily, but after my diet ended on the 29th of September, I knew that I needed to work on my legs. If I was going to bring up my body weight, if I was going to bring up my size and my mass, the legs were going to be the first thing that needed to be improved. So we started out on a steady progression on three different movements, which is the the vertical leg press, the Bulgarian splits, and the hack squat. So on this hack squat, when I first started out, it was very challenging. For some reason, it just felt heavy. Like 2.5 plates, 3 plates felt stressful. Stressful on my quads, stressful a little bit on the knees. Just didn't feel easy at all. It was like, okay, I'm just going to go up to 9 plates very soon. No, it just felt pretty darn hard. But since the bar was placed pretty low, started at 2 plates, 2.5, which is, very low, it's been fairly easy to progress. So the last couple of sessions, I've been hitting with 5 plates. And first session with 5 plates was 3 reps, and then the next one was 4 reps, and today I got 5. It was very hard. I mean, I'm not going to say it was easy. It was hard. It took everything I had to just brace for it, to really get into the moment and brace every single muscle, take a deep breath, and just dive bomb and just go, not worrying about time under tension and doing slow reps or none of that. Just going for the strength, going for the power, and going for the explosive speed from the bottom. And it worked. I got my 5 reps. And then I did the back off set with 4 plates, and this was the surprise, because once you're warmed up, I'm taking, very cautious warming up. I take my time. I do these feeder sets. I, rest between sets and the whole thing, and plus I do my 15-minute warm-up cardio before going into the legs. So I feel confident that my legs are limber and they're loose by the time I get to these top sets. Backing off, it felt ridiculously easy with the 4 plates. My PR with 4 plates was 6 reps. I know to some of you guys, it's like, man, this guy's just, he's pretty weak. How is it? For me, it was a challenge. I'll be straight up honest. It was hard for me. Today, I decided to go for 8 reps. When I got to 8, it was like, I'm breezing through this. I'm going to hit 10. When I got to 10, pause for a second and go, do 2 more. And I felt like I could have just kept on going. I could have gone up to 15, but, I said, okay, just stop there. You doubled your PR. You got 6. This was your all-time best 2 weeks ago, and now you come up to 12. So, it's just increasing really fast. Why? I believe it's because my knees are completely healed. It's not like they were damaged. I didn't get injured or anything like that. They were just chronically sore. It was really difficult for me to do a deep knee bend in the mornings without proper warming up and everything. Just get up in the morning and do a deep knee bend. It's like, ouch, they're stiff. They're kind of in pain all the time, And this happened from doing 400-pound Smith squats chronically. I'd been working on progressions on the Smith, and I got up to 4 plates plus, and I was doing those with regularity, and I was doing the 3 plates with reps and all this stuff, and it just got to my knees. It finally ended up being a chronic state of pain. After a week or 2 or 3 weeks, it just would not go away. My knees were said I could have easily said, I'm 58, and this is what happens, and, I'm stuck with this, with these sore knees now forever. This is going to be a part of me. I said, no, just give it proper rest. Do a different exercise selection. Seek and ye shall find a cure, a way to overcome this. And so I did. I chose this hack. Very comfortable for me. Unlike the shoulder supported hack, this is the hip supported. Very comfortable. I break at the hips, and it's like no knee involved. The vertical leg press mostly involves the glutes, and obviously it's a leg, so it's your quads will get involved. but I don't feel any knee strain. Now on the Bulgarian split, oh my God, this is supposed to be a knee killer. Not so. I get on the Smith machine and we're with two legs. It was hurting my knees. With just one leg, I get into the hip, flex my knee, the entire, complete knee flexion, and get just the meat of the muscle into it, and no knee problems whatsoever. So I changed my exercise selection, and usually I warm up with leg curl. And what can I say? My knees feel like they're healed now. So doing these heavy weights, going up to 5 plates and 4 with the back off, it feels great. It feels absolutely great. I can't wait for next session so I can breeze through. If I hit 6, once I hit 8 reps with the 5 plates, it's time to move on to 6 plates. And I said, well, I hit 6 plates before the end of the year. Well, or just leave that as a next year project. I don't know. I can't plan these things out too strictly ahead of time. It really depends on how I feel that day. But if I have the energy and if I'm fresh, I believe I'll be able to do the 6 plates. It's scary. For me, it's scary. But I know that once I hit those 6 plates, I think I'll be satisfied to work it there and just increase with the reps and all that. And then the back off sets are exciting, man. I mean, a 5 plate top set would become like the 5 plate back off set for high reps. And I know that once you get into high reps with heavy weights with your legs, they will start to really grow. And they're starting to grow now. Like I feel my pants are much tighter, not around the waist. It's around the legs get tight and the inside, they rub. And so that's, it's great. It's working. So after that, I went to the vertical leg press and decided not to do it after my first warm-up set with just 1 plate. My lower back felt a little bit of pressure. My previous session, 2 days, 48 hours before, was 400-pound rack pulls, 500-pound reverse hack squats, which is not a squat. It's a good morning. It's totally a back exercise. So I did those 2 very heavy back exercises with 400 and 500 pounds respectively. And what else did I do for the back? It was like just a very intensive back day. And so I felt a little bit of pressure on my lower back. And I said I'd be foolish to try to go up and do heavy weights today on this leg press. So I let it go. So I went to the leg extension, which I hadn't done in a few weeks. I just stayed there for 5 sets. Increasing the pins, 110, 130, 150, 170. I did 4 sets of 20 reps. And one of those was a cluster set, which you take the set to failure, and then you stop for a few seconds, and then you do a few more reps, stop for a few seconds, then do one more, and do one more. And it's up to you how far you want to take it, because if you rest enough, you can always do more and more and more and more. But I think I did like 3 clusters there on that one set. And that was it. And then I finished off with the horizontal leg press, isolateral, which means just one leg at a time with very minimal weight. I only had like 50 or 60 pounds on the pin. And the idea here is just the precision. I almost use it as a stretch exercise at the end of the workout. Felt great. Felt fantastic. Not really an effort. Like a muscular effort. Now push, you're stressing the muscle. No, it's just like a precision movement, full flexion, excuse me, full flexion of the hip and of the knee. Like my hip was almost touching on the bottom, all the way down, what they call astergrass, but on the horizontal leg press one at a time. And that was it for today. So it's just really moving along, feeling good. Now, what else can I say? Staying on the bulk, just trying to gain more weight. I'm losing my definition. I had I looked bigger when I was weighing 25 pounds less. This is just the optical illusion of this shit. I woke up this morning at 202.5 pounds, and it's starting to, slowly go up again. I can't really place goals. I have a goal, but every time I place a goal, I go down in weight. It's like, I'm trying to cut weight. I'm going to drop 10 pounds. And then, it doesn't happen. I just stay on point and, I'm eating more calories. So, if I don't gain that much weight, that's fine. But just taking it slow. Anyway, so that's that with the diet. What else can I say? I'll leave you with the video. I narrate the videos now, the workout videos, so they're kind of like self-explanatory. I'm going through the exercises, through the movements, and explaining what it is that I'm doing on there, and it seems to be a more natural format for me. I like to do these presentations and just, give everybody a heads up on what's going on. Anyways, God bless everybody, and we'll see you on our next video. So here today we're doing our staple compound movement for the day, which is the hack squat. Starting off with very lightweight, just to get the feel, the range, the proper foot position, and just really try to get into the groove. There's always a bit of apprehension because on this particular movement, I am striving for maximum weights. Our outer limits right now are 5 plates. So I do try to take my time here and just basically take it easy for the first few sets. Just make sure it's not something too overwhelming or intimidating. So again, I go very light. Here I start off with just a sled, move up to 1 plate, doing some pump action, trying to get in a little bit of, how would I call this, just a comfort zone with the movement, no stress on the knees, just flexing the hips, going down full range. Now here I put on the 3 plates, I jumped from 1 to 3, and I felt it. I felt like these 3 plates were, oh my goodness, now I'm into the session. This is going to be hard, it's going to be heavy. It felt a little bit like just daunting to feel from 3 to 4 to 5. So here we jump up to 4, and I decide not to do very many reps because I'm going for the top set, and I just want to do a feeder set, and that's exactly what I did there. Then we go up to our top set, 5 plates. Last week it was 4 reps. Felt very heavy. Here we're going for 5 reps, which I will not be denied. And of course, do we get them? Yes, we do. So now we do the back off set, this is the fun set because we're going for reps here. Last PR session was 6 reps. I'd never done more than 5 with these 4 plates. It's harder than you think. And today I just felt very focused. There was a great deal of concentration, great deal of energy, and my knees felt great. It didn't feel any stress at all. And once I hit the 6 reps, I knew I was going to get at least 8 or 10. But once I got to 10, I knew I was going to get 2 more. And for me, this was just, I was left thinking, wow, I doubled my PR. So the limit is basically in my mind. How heavy can I go? Now, I tried to do the vertical leg press, but it didn't feel right. So I went straight to the isolation movements and just hung out here at the leg extension machine for a while, going for high reps, going for 20 reps. This is a pin load machine. Started out with 110 pounds for 20 reps. And here, the idea for me for this session, for this particular session today, was not to go out all out bonkers doing like peak contraction and just going nuts from the first rep. Just the idea was just to go through the motions, make it as easy as possible, as if I wasn't lifting any weight at all. Just extend the leg, just extend the leg, make it as simple as possible. And in thus doing, I found that my leg fibers were actually being inflated more than normal without voluntarily, contracting them as hard as I can. Now, I do that on my last reps. I try to sustain it at the end, and all these intensifiers that people in the comment section say, oh, you just hold it at the top, do this peak contraction. Man, if you do that at every single rep, at every single set, you're going to burn out. It's not going to be a worthwhile experience, and you'll drop the exercise sooner than later. For this to be sustainable over the long term, it has to be achievable, it has to be something productive, and you leave the intensifiers for a place and time. It has its place, usually at the end of the set, and it's not to be done always, all the time, with all your power, all your strength. That's ridiculous. That's a formula for burnout. Here, just doing the volume. I did a total of 5 sets. I didn't get everything on film, and I can see that my legs are already starting to blow up there, especially after that heavy compound with the five plates and 4 plates on the hack squat. So again, I worked it up to 170 pounds, and it just feels awesome. It just feels great almost like relaxing. It's easy. I can feel those legs are contracting without going nuts on them. And I can see the muscle and feel the muscle just pumping up, growing, expanding, getting harder and more defined. Here I did a cluster. Couldn't do one more rep, so I just stopped and waited for a second and did another one. Did a couple more there, did more, and by then my legs were burning. And so, did we do another set here? Yeah, we just kept going deeper into the set, and then we did another set. So, here the rest periods between the sets are around minute and a half, 2.5 minutes. On these isolations, I don't do the 4 or 5 minute wait between the sets or the rest. It's not necessary. Although, truth be told, on the leg curl, sometimes I do have to wait up to 5 minutes to get my to recuperate to do the next heavy set. But here, felt pretty strong today. It was just a joy to do these leg extensions. I haven't done them in a while. It really was a nice break, especially mentally. Now from here we go to an isolation exercise, which is the horizontal leg press. And it's a pin load, very lightweight, 60 pounds. And so here we're just trying to make this as precise a movement as possible. This is a precision movement. Hip flexion and just pushing with the thigh. There's very little knee joint stress involved. It's very, very comfortable to do. And it was a great finisher, almost like finish off your routine by stretching. And that's what I did here. So, again, this is very productive as a finisher. Here we change legs and do another 15 to 20 reps with the other leg. And what can I say about these movements? These isolateral movements, I believe, are very productive. They need to be included in the routine. They do increase volume, they do increase size, and if you stay at them. I've been doing the heavy-duty Bulgarian splits with 2 plates. I'm up to 2 plates now. So this was really just a very easy set, basically. It was just trying to get in as much volume as the session would permit. And so I didn't do all the compound exercises that I was planning for today. Not needed. Did some amazing PRs with the hack squat, and so I figured it would be overkill to go and do the Bulgarians also. And we leave it at that. So